Welcome to Rock Hill, South Carolina for the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout. $10,000 on the line today for the champion of 501 darts. It's competitive. Back and forth flurry with a champion being crowned here on ESPN8, the Ocho. Welcome you ringside with Gordon Dixon and DJ Sayre. I'm Evan Budrovich. You two are former number ones in the U.S. What do we expect today from these four semifinalists, and how do they earn a championship in this matchup?
Well, the big thing for me today is going to be consistency. These players have to hit when the moment comes, and continue to do that. This is set up to go to fifth leg deciders, and they're going to have to be good in those moments.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think there's probably going to be those big timing shots. You're going to have that moment where somebody hits the big out to steal a leg and push themselves ahead, or maybe we'll get lucky enough to see what we saw yesterday from one of our competitors, a fifth leg 9-dart finish. Perfect game, the minimum amount of darts we see. Perfect game on a perfect day for competitive darts. And let's break down the sport itself. So 32 competitors yesterday, 6 hours of competition gets us down to 4. This is a traditional game of 501 darts out of a best of 5, and the most important part, you're playing for mucho dinero, $10,000 for the winner. This makes the semifinal oh so important.
Yeah, big jump up there from that 2,500 to a guaranteed 5 for the first round here. The money here is something that's not typical for our sport here in North America. So definitely a prize that everybody's looking for.
Let's break down 501 itself, right? In terms of darts, our competitors getting ready to go. You subtract from 501 down. You have to close out with a double out, which means you have to hit a double number, which adds a nuance to this sport down the stretch.
Yeah, it certainly does. These players, they're going to focus on the scoring early. They want to hit those big triples. That'll get them maximize the score. But once they get below about 100, they're really going to have to start using their math skills and start setting up the optimal doubles. So that outer ring is the double finishes. They're going to need to land exactly on 0 by hitting one of those. So they're going to try to set up a number such as 40. So the double 20 will land them exactly on 0.
I'll let you two mathematicians figure that out. I'll be here for the excitement of the semifinal round. Here's how the bracket unfolded. Yesterday, leading to these final 4, Joe Cheney, who was dominant 6-1 yesterday, takes on Randy Fern. And then Alex Spellman, who got hot yesterday for the number 2 seed, he faces Kevin Luke in our second semifinal. We'll focus on this first matchup, 1 versus 4, and Joe Cheney, he's not a big fan of the camera, but he's a big fan of performance when it matters most. 5-0 in those fifth leg deciding matchups. What makes him so clutch?
Yeah, that's the big standout, because Joe is no foreigner to this kind of matchup. He's probably the biggest experienced player that we have in the lineup as far as playing on TV. He actually played the last time ESPN featured darts in 2006.
And our second competitor, number 4 seed, Randy Fern, he goes by Magneto. He's got that magnetic personality. How does that play a factor in this semifinal?
For Randy, I think it'll play big time. He's the largest competitor in the field, so he's going to have to bring that aggression and that energy, and he does a great job of doing that. He kind of imposes his will at the board, and you'll see a lot of fist pumps and just big energy from Randy.
So we are ready to go. This is the best of 5 to 501. Of course, you have to win 3 to move on to the championship final. And Randy Fern gets us started with his opening tosses.
Yeah, and just to let everyone know, the players to see who did go first actually threw for the bull off camera to get us started. If we do go to that deciding fifth leg, we'll cork again to see who has the important start in that final leg.
Here's our number 1 seed, Joe Cheney. He goes by Chainsaw, and he has been mowing down the competition. 6-1 record yesterday, and there you go, another triple 20.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people at home, they'll be surprised to see these guys aren't throwing at the bullseye there in the middle. And in our graphic, you saw the outer bull worth 25, the inner bull worth 50. Well, that inside ring there that they're throwing at, that's the triple segment. So the 20, the triple 20 is actually worth 60. That's the biggest spot on the board, and that's why these guys are taking advantage of it.
And like you two mentioned, the scores will go down quickly early, then you have to double out late. So the strategy might come in this next round of tosses.
Yeah, all these competitors, the standard today we're looking at is probably about 12 darts, and then 15 for off legs in terms of the number of darts thrown each leg.
You see that number on the screen pop up, 40 PPD. That's points per dart. In your typical throw, multiply that times 3. And then when you're subtracting from 5-1, I feel like you're getting a math course today, but it is important here in this matchup. Magneto just missed his triple 20 there.
Yeah, slack turn there from Randy, only scoring 68 points. So he knows now that Joe has the potential to put in a big shot here and really take the advantage in the leg, but Joe going to give it right back to him.
Yeah, and you see Joe leave his arm out there kind of condescendingly. He's not happy with the way that shot turned out.
Andy Fern started 3-0 yesterday. He did lose to Alex Spellman to fall to the 4 seed, but there's some strategy to that too, is right? You want to pick your matchup, and Randy looks very confident in this opening round.
Yeah, it's a new day, right? So each day is different. Yesterday, I'm sure Randy was feeling great coming into this, and now here, a little bit of nerves early first round. You got to get through that first one. There's an old saying, the hardest game to win is the first and the last. So once you get that first leg on the board, I think they'll settle down.
So 52 left.
Should see a 12 or a 20 to set up that double 16.
Double 16 for the win, and there you go.
Leg
number 4 seed, Randy Fern with a quick start, and he takes the first out of 5.
Now, this is a loser starts format, so Joe automatically gets to go first here in leg number 2. And it'll keep that way all the way to if we get to a 2-2 tie, and then we'll do that cork again to see who goes first in the 5th deciding leg.
Gordon, how about the concentration of Randy there to lock in the double 16?
Oh, yeah, first dart at the finish, that's exactly what he's looking for. That's the settler. He's got that first leg under his belt, and now it's on Joe to tie this up.
Randy says he practices 45 minutes a day, 3 days a week. Well, here he is on an hour of national television, looking really confident this first round.
Yeah, Randy's one of those that is kind of an unknown quantity insofar as he doesn't play a lot of the tournaments. He tells us that he plays about three a year and then a couple of blind draws. Well, we don't get to see those blind draws, and we may not even see those tournaments.
Triple 180. So 180 points, the maximum amount to be able to be scored, and Joe puts that in there, really taking advantage of this leg.
That is a convincing start for the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and we're going to see Joe probably even up this scoreline. Both will get their settlers on their starts.
Yeah, Randy, nothing for Joe in this leg. So Joe knows he's got, at minimum, 9 darts from here.
Boy, Joe Chaney can take the energy out of the building for Randy. He had all the confidence. He won the first round, and that has changed in a moment's notice.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Joe's a big personality. Joe's a constant joker. Like you'll see him walking around. He's a Tennessee boy, got that southern drawl, and he'll be singing and goofing around.
He's been a welder for 20 years, has that background, that confidence.
But then he walks to the board, and it's just a next level intensity. Double 16 for Joe as well.
And he
first starts it.
So we're even 1 apiece. Best out of 5. Number 1 seed Joe Chaney, number 4 seed Randy Fern, with a trip to the finals on the line and $10,000 we're playing for today.
Yeah, both these players making it look easy on that finish. I have a feeling first dart in that final dart is going to stop at maybe a pivotal moment for one of these players.
And only 38 there for Randy.
So these two did not meet yesterday. How much does that play a factor, the lack of familiarity with your opponent?
It could play a lot, honestly. These two probably the least experienced against each other. Just because, I mean, Joe the most experienced of the 4 players, plays the most, travels the most, but Randy just doesn't get out. And Joe has predominantly played steel tip up until a couple of years ago. So, and Randy only plays soft tip. So it's really a big disconnect there for them to have much experience against each other. But they both also know that the other one can play very well. So they'll try to bring their A game for sure.
And for folks at home, this bullshitter is a soft tip dart.
Yes.
501 counting down. This is a best out of 5. So we're in round 3.
We see the low ton there from Joe.
Yeah, so low ton, you'll see the graphic there on the screen. It's anytime you score 100 or more, up to 150. Above 150 is actually considered a high ton. Probably won't see too many of those just because the players are staying on the 20s. And then we get 180.
Oh, my gosh. Well, there's your high ton you were looking for.
Well, and that's the thing. It has its own name. It's a ton 80.
Yeah, and we said it in the open, but that coveted 9 darter Back-to-back 180s and a 1-4-1 finish is the typical way that that's achieved.
So Randy Fern with a 12-point lead. While he can't win it right here, he can put himself in great position.
Yeah, he's going to be coming to the board looking to set this up. Know that he needs to finish in 6 darts. 63. And here's where that math comes in.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
So the optimal shot here is the triple 13. 39 will leave 24, which is a great double leave. We'll see if Randy actually figures this out because he does struggle with the math.
And you can tell.
The indecision.
There's a lot of thought here for the number 4 seed.
And there is a shot clock. And you see he goes for the triple 19. That's actually a bad leave. If he were to hit 57, it would leave 6. And that double 3, if you hit a single, you're now left on 3. It's a terrible leave.
Could open the door here for Joe Cheney.
Joe knew another triple would have put a lot of pressure on this 44. As it stands, though, Randy should get 2 darts at the finish here.
So now he needs double 16.
And we're 3 for 3. 3 for 3 on double 16.
How about the number 4 seed? 1 win away from going to the championship here in just a minute.
Yeah, taking advantage of winning that opening cork. Consistently staying in the lead.
Every game going with throws so far. So we expect Joe to come out firing and win this leg and send us into the decider.
Keep in mind, Joe Cheney undefeated in those winner-take-all matchups. You want to finish him off here if you're Randy.
Now that's something that I don't think Randy may or may not have taken a look at the bracket yesterday and saw that, but something that Joe is well aware of, that he was extremely good yesterday in those final legs.
And Randy Fern with a nice low ton to get things started. He goes by Magneto. That's the name you see on the screen. Started picking up bull shooter in 2014. But as we mentioned, not someone who's going to be out on the tour 10, 15 times a year, but when he does, he's definitely making his presence felt.
Oh, and he's looking at an opening here. Only 45 from Joe Cheney. You know, must-win leg. Couple of big triples here from Randy.
Just short of his triple again. Gets it that time.
You hear the come on.
Yeah.
He knew what that last dart meant.
See the reaction.
Number 1 seed back against the wall here early.
Oh, and this is slack.
And not the round he was looking for.
Throwing for his tournament life, and he puts in a 38.
Yeah, we call this stealing the darts. Essentially, Randy has now taken the lead and is driving this leg
for 180.
Powering
he does it.
Another 180 for Randy. And you see the big fist pump, high five in the crowd.
That personality playing a factor today.
Yeah, he saw an opportunity and he took it. Really nothing Joe can do now, as Randy's going to step up looking at 81 to move into the championship.
To play for $10,000.
Yeah, Randy has 6 darts from 81. Joe is not even on a finish. And
this is good math this time.
We misses the double 18. One more chance.
Our first miss at a double yet. But he does a good job resetting. Deep breath.
Oh.
All right, comes
inside. Solo 18,
yeah.
Okay.
I think some evidence of nerves for sure, but
so
he knows he'll come back
now.
But he knows he'll come back. That's the thing. If Joe was on a finish, it could be in question.
Why has Joe just missed his mark just a bit today?
Yeah, I don't know the preparation. I don't know the number of or the amount of time that he got leading up to this. That may play a factor. But
oh, wait a second.
He went to split it. You don't see this too often. So rather than throw the double 9, he wanted the 2.
And he goes double 1 to defeat the 1 seed. He's a poet on the board, Randy Magneto.
Absolutely incredible. A lot of risk there in the way Randy took that shot.
Heads to the championship final. Number 4 seed upsets the top seed, Joe Cheney, and he plays for $10,000 later in this ESPN8 Ocho coverage. How about that upset to get things started?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what we talked about. The consistency wasn't there for Joe, and Randy really enforced his will on that match.
Yeah, we talk big shots. Joe back-to-back poor turns. and Randy hits the 180 and wins the leg.
When we come back, number 2 versus number 3. But for now, Randy Ferns clinched his spot in the championship final of the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout here from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Arachnid has been the originator and innovator of soft-tip electronic darts and dartboards since 1975. We introduced leagues and tournaments to help channel the excitement, energy, and camaraderie of the sport. By 1986, bull shooter dartboards were a staple in thousands of bars and social venues worldwide. Bull shooter events have grown to include 16 global regionals, multiple European championships, and the world-renowned Bull Shooter World Finals in Chicago, Illinois. Today, we are humbled and very excited to add the Bull Shooter ESPN Invitational Shootout to that list. If you are interested in joining local leagues or tournaments in your area, visit bullshooter.com to learn more.
Make this the summer you realized the farther you go, the better it gets. The summer you secured a campsite that didn't require reservations, found a water park that didn't have lines, and realized that even out here, you're never alone. Make this the summer of Jeep with the most awarded SUV brand.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop. And right now, during the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Jeep Gladiator.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it.
Selling a home is expensive and stressful, so we set out to create a better home selling experience with a network of the most successful real estate agents in America that'll sell your home for as little as a 2% commission.
The icing on the cake with the Ideal Agent was that we saved $12,000 in commission.
They were so stress-free, the whole process was amazing, and I would definitely recommend them.
We are not a discount brokerage. These are top local agents that'll get you the best results.
Here we go, fellas. There is nothing like this atmosphere on Sunday Night Baseball.
Put it all out there, all the chips. You got to just go for it.
You got me feeling like raise those hands. Let everybody know you went deep.
Things can change very quickly in this sport.
Padres, Dodgers, Juan Soto ready to power slam Diego on Sunday Night Baseball.
Here's the latest bracket in the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout. Number 4 seed Randy Fern takes care of Joe Cheney 3-1 in our best of 5. So we head to the bottom half of the bracket. Alex Spellman and Kevin Luke. The winner plays for $10,000. And we'll start with the number 2 seed Alex Spellman. He's from Fuquay Arena, North Carolina, crossing state lines. Doesn't have a nickname, but has a great game. He won 7 matchups yesterday to get to this point.
Yeah, Alex, honestly, for my money yesterday, was probably the most consistent player in the field. He missed a couple of crucial doubles against Joe Cheney and ended up losing to him, which cost him the number 1 seed. But Alex was scoring like crazy.
It's interesting. These two met yesterday. It was Spellman who beat Luke 3-0. It's a new day, new competition. And here's Kevin Luke. He went 3-2 out of Sunnyside, Washington. He was America Cup team member this year, so has really risen lately. What does Kevin Luke bring to the table?
Kevin brings a lot of experience. Kevin, a former ADO youth champion back in the early 90s, a product of kind of a family that played darts. So exciting to see him on the TV and the big screen. The matchup yesterday, I want to talk about that a little bit between him and Spellman, was really after they had both qualified for today. So it's tough to see just how many of those competitive juices were flowing.
And it looks like Alex does have the throw here. Won the cork off screen.
So we begin our second semifinal.
Alex off and running already, putting in 2 triples. Honestly, that's kind of the standard these guys are looking for. 2 triples a turn will set you up for that 12-dart finish that we mentioned in the last match.
On cue. Good start for Kevin Luke.
Yeah, Kevin, a player that's been around, I mean, he's played practically his whole life. Whereas Alex, a relatively new player, and really we call him a lot the like COVID success story. Prior to COVID, Alex was a player that showed up and was competitive. Out of COVID, Alex is a player that shows up and wins.
He started playing the game back in college at App State up in Boone in his dorm and picked it up, like you said, here in this recent stretch.
Yeah, really took the opportunity to practice, played a lot of the online options that we have, and came out the other side a winner. Important portion of the leg here, set up down 2 and out. I don't think we've talked about the ceiling of the finishes. We can finish all the way up to 170 points. So as soon as we get below that, that's where those setup shots come into play.
And now the math becomes a factor. You have to end on a double. So this first shot for Spellman could really line up his round.
Yeah, you'll see him start on the 18s here. And what that does is allows him to not hit the triple and still leave a finish. However, if he hits the triple, he gets to stay there again. Oh, just barely misses it. So now 56, he'll set up the double 4.
Now can Kevin Luke steal this first round? Best of 5 between these competitors.
Yeah, now Kevin in a position where he only needs to find 1 treble. Treble 20. There it is, double 14.
Oh, just misses inside. So Alex to hold his throw.
Opens the door for the number 2 seed. Needs a double 4.
The pressure mounts on every one of these darts.
Needs a double 2 now. And hits.
You see the head shake. Not happy about taking that many darts at a double, but gets the job done.
That's a competitor who knows it's a long best of 5 coming up, but he takes round 1.
Alex walks away from the board, not setting it up. So Kevin politely tells him, hey, can you hit the button?
Yeah, a little bit of a faux pas there.
Loser does go first. So that's why Kevin Luke steps up.
Yeah, and only finds 1 big trouble there on the 19. So opening early already in this second leg.
And this becomes a critical leg for Kevin. If you go down 2-0, then you know that your opponent, even if you win game 3, automatically goes first in game 4, and it makes it really tough to get to a decider.
These two met yesterday. It was basically for seeding at that point. Both had qualified for the top 4. Now this game really matters. You win, you play for $10,000 later. You lose, you settle for $2,500, which that's a nice lunch between the 3 of us if we, go to the right places.
I don't know. I'm a pretty big guy. $2,500 might be enough.
Yeah, no, these players are essentially playing for $2,500, and that's enough to get the competitive juices flowing.
Well, and honestly, the opportunity to play on ESPN is enough to get the competitive juices flowing. I mean, when this got announced, the buzz at the Chicago finals for Bull Shooter was crazy.
That buzz carried into 6 hours of competition yesterday, dwindling 32 down to 4. And we've seen already one finalist, Randy Fern, lock in his ticket.
There we see another setup shot from Alex.
And Alex has left the first shot of the finish.
So Kevin Luke has some work to do here.
Yeah, now Kevin is still in a good position where he can put himself
Great
all the way
shot
down.
there.
Yep, great 171.
You see a 3 in the bed, another graphic you'll see on the board. So it wasn't a 180, but it was 3 triples of the same variety.
And Alex taking the right shot there on 132. Single bullseye would have left 107. Trip 19, double bull. Didn't work out that way, but still able to set it up.
So 72 now for Kevin. He's going to elect to go for the 16s route. 2 of them will leave the double 20, top of the board.
To even the score. And he knocks it in. So, 2 and 3 seeds battling back and forth, 1 apiece. It's a nice finish to the round from Kevin Luke. He's been playing darts for 35 years. Looks ready to roll today.
Yeah, Kevin successful pretty much from the time he started all the way through to today.
See Spellman there trying to knock in a couple of triple 20s.
Now
so close.
What we see there is the difference between a first dart miss and a third dart miss. Alex goes triple, miss. He's disappointed. On a previous turn, we saw a miss, triple, and he was elated. That third dart really determines the round.
This is a great angle, the difficulty of this shot.
And Alex is a great one to have this angle from. He's so steady, no body movement. It's straight back, straight forward, full extension with the arm. Really, the pristine mechanics, if you will.
You see the frustration there from Kevin. Wayward on both sides of his initial targets.
What is Spellman looking to do here?
This is another setup shot, so score big. After the first couple of darts, it'll determine if he's going to switch targets. Now he needs to find a treble in order to leave a finish, and is able to do it on his third. So good rescue of the turn there.
Yeah, and Kevin, way back at 340, needs a 180 just to leave a finish. That's not going to happen now, so Alex has got 6 darts from 138.
2 1s for Luke within little micro inches.
Yeah, dart's a game of millimeters. Triple 10 maybe? Yes, to leave that double 16.
Yeah, great setup shot from there. All Kevin Luke can do now is pressure that 32, but honestly, all that's done but pushing buttons.
And that's why this best of 5 format gives competitors time. If you have a tough round, you can bounce right back, as we saw the first 2 split.
Double 16.
Rinse, wash, and repeat. Alex Spellman putting on a show in this 3rd round. He is now 1 win away from clinching his ticket to the championship final.
And now we see Kevin Luke in the same predicament that we found Joe Chaney.
And Joe did not rise to the occasion. See if Kevin has a better outcome.
Kevin Luke has excelled at the 501, the Las Vegas Open champion.
Yeah, Kevin's CV is going to be pretty long, considering how long he's played.
I got 3 pages of notes on him. He's got plenty of accomplishments.
And there's a big 180.
And Spellman says, screw the history. I got some modern success.
Against the throw in a leg that Kevin has to win. Piling that pressure on. And you see Kevin a little bit nervy. Oh, but he recovers nicely.
Yeah, great follow after that first wayward dart. But Spellman holds his own fate in his hands.
Spellman tries to play up to 30 games a day, and you can see the precise nature of his stroke.
Oh, and Evan, we talked about it. He was 1 dart away from being on the perfect leg.
Yeah, so up to Kevin now if Spellman will still hold his own fate.
You see the frustration in his face.
Ooh, and he will.
Yeah, didn't leave a finish, so now Alex has 6 darts from 181 for the win.
Here's where the math plays a factor.
How low will he go?
Now another triple 20 will leave a double 18.
Well, he misses his triple 20, but 76 definitely attainable in 3 strikes. Can the number 2 seed clinch his spot in the championship?
Good cover shot down to that 19, but knows he's going to have to count on Alex Spellman to miss this 76.
So triple 20 leaves the double 8.
There it is. Double 8 for the win. And a ticket to the championship final. Chalk prevails in this 2-3 matchup. Alex Spellman closes it out strong with a 3-1 win.
Yeah, very impressive match there from Alex. Never wavered. Put in the triples we needed and hit the doubles there to close it out.
We're going to take this timeout, get you set for the finals with some interviews and highlights. But so far, Spellman taking care of business. Randy Fern wins his matchup. And we have the finals when we come back from the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout.
Where would you go if you had 30 miles in range, an all-terrain tire, and 50% more power? The answer? Wherever you want. The fully redesigned one-wheel GT. Available now.
Looking for some family fun time? Spider 360 Home Series dartboards have over 40 games with the capability to play up to 8 players in a game. The Spider Series dartboards provide entertainment for all skill sets, from the beginners all the way up to the professional level. Perfect for family game nights, friendly gatherings, or even practice right before heading out for a local league or tournament in your area. All of this available for your home in one beautifully designed package.
Cafeteria food is pretty good. Oh, shoot. What do you think we should do here?
Well, it's too dense to go through it. We might be able to go around that right side.
What do you think about the gap over here?
Yeah, I could see that as a possibility. Hey, guys.
Hey, Kevin.
Excuse me. Sorry.
That took guts.
Yeah.
Fumble of joy.
More than a Thielen.
You hear what Darth Waver had to do after losing last week?
Is it as bad as what happened to Game of Jones?
Morning. What's wrong, dear? You haven't touched your Sunday. Is it because Gramps trounced your sad excuse for fantasy team this week? Grandpa's on a hot streak.
It's the best time of the year. The big plays and even bigger cheers. We just love to play. The Little League Softball World Series begins Tuesday on ESPN+.
I would never expected that my sunroof would have cost me $1,600. Thankfully, I had insurance, and it was covered.
I saw the bill was over $1,200. What I paid was a $100 deductible.
As a mechanic, I always recommend my customers have an auto protection plan. You never know when a breakdown can strike, and you need coverage you can count on.
A broken AC unit costs over $1,800, transmission over $3,000, and an engine over $4,000.
In the lifespan of my policy with Endurance, I've had 5 claims. That is $3,500 that I've kept in my pocket.
Call now and we'll upgrade you to an Endurance Elite membership free with thousands of dollars of benefits at no extra cost. We offer affordable down payments, low monthly plans, and a money-back guarantee.
So don't drive another second without total protection from Endurance.
Call 800-631-4086 for a free price quote. That's 800-631-4086.
Welcome back to Rock Hill, South Carolina for the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout. We're gearing up for the championship final. But first and foremost, we want to give you some more perspective on the sport. So here we are ringside. We're glad to be joined by Sean Beal, one of the owners of the Arachnid Parrot Company, who put this all together. Sean, coming up on 37 years anniversary in September. Started in 1975. A lot of history to this bull shooter sport. Give me a sense of what this moment means to you and this company.
Well, we worked really hard to get to this point, first let me start off by saying, to the city of Rock Hill, ESPN, thank you very much, and all the players around the world, operators that have helped us get to this point. Obviously, the company being as old as it is, we've got a lot of history. There's been a lot of people who have helped us get this far, and we just, it really comes back to thanking the players.
Not only the players in this competition, of course, but it's a local game and a global game. It continues to grow. What do you like about the growth of this sport in the last few years?
Well, what we've got, this will be the 37th year that we've done the bull shooter tournaments and so forth. So we have 16 regionals around the world, and then we have a European World Championship, and then we have all the finals, all leads to the finals in Chicago, which is the World Championships.
Now let's talk the nitty-gritty. The money, of course, in these competitions. $10,000 on the line today. Over $300,000 given out in last year's tour leading into this year. Tell me about the competitive nature of this competition.
It's amazing. They make it look really easy what they do. To be honest with you, I'm not a very good dart player. I can't do what they can do. So it's amazing to be able to, it is truly a sport. So up until this point, these guys have worked extremely hard through all the years of play to get where they are.
Well, Sean Bill, one of the owners of Arachnid, the parent company involved in all this, thank you so much for the perspective, and I can't wait to watch the final here in just a second.
Thank you very much.
So when we come back, we'll gear up for the final. It's Alex Spellman and Randy Fern when we return from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
What can possibly happen when the Ocho goes live? Just about anything. ESPN8, the Ocho, live all day today on ESPN2.
So you want to get into darts, but you're not sure how. We can definitely help with that. We're A2ZDarts.com, and we've been a darts specialty store for over 30 years. We have a great variety of darts and accessories, but don't worry, we can narrow down that selection for you, whether you're a complete beginner or a full-on expert. We developed our own Colonial brand to offer an inexpensive line of darts, dartboards, and accessories, so you can get into the game without breaking the bank. Join our amazing community by going to azdarts.com.
Where is today taking you? Whether you're headed to the office, the park, or the beach, GoTrax lets you get where you're going without the traffic, the fees, the gas. With a longer range and faster speeds, without the hassle of renting, GoTrax lets you break free from your usual routine and turn an average day into an adventure you can share with anyone. Adventure together with GoTrax.
We've been watching a lot of soccer at the office lately. Seems to be causing a rise in workplace injuries.
Setting up a goal, that's just brilliant. I just love the...
Oh! Oh, my ankle! Oh! Oh! Oh, it won't work for weeks.
John, get up.
Oh, my ankle.
He's fine.
Oh, no! My ankle! Oh.
It's best versus best. MLS All-Stars versus Mexico's Liga MX All-Stars. The 2022 MLS All-Star Game.
Starting out, life insurance protected your family, secured the kids' future, covered the what-ifs. Now you're retired, the kids are grown, and what if has become what's next? Your life insurance's work is done. So why keep paying for a life insurance policy you no longer need or can no longer afford? Let the life settlement experts at Lighthouse Life Direct help you turn your policy into cash. Incredibly, over 90% of life insurance ends without paying a benefit. Don't let this happen to you. A life settlement always pays you more than if you lapse or surrender your policy, usually at least 4 times more. It's your money. Use it for a better life in retirement.
If you are a senior with $100,000 or more in life insurance, turn your policy into cash. Go to lighthouselife.com or call 800-249-8637 for a free estimate. Lighthouse Life Direct. Settle for a better life.
It all comes down to this, and the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout, $10,000 on the line. Number 4 seed, Randy Fern. Number 2 seed, Alex Spellman. Each competitor winning in 4 matchups leading into this final competition. I tell you what, we've seen 2 competitive dart throwers. It's a 5-0-1 style, and now it's a best of 7 in this championship final. A little more time to drag this out, build the energy in this championship final. Who do you guys have off the top, Spellman or Fern? Who's the favorite?
For my money, it's going to be Spellman. I think the consistency in both scoring and finishing, he's come out on ahead all day.
Yeah, I think coming into the day, Spellman was the slight favorite for me. He's still here. Nothing's changed. It's still slight, I will say. Randy certainly has the game to pull this off. But, yeah, Alex a slight favorite here.
Randy Fern Magneto, a 3-1 win over Chainsaw, the top seed earlier today, and a couple of triple 20s in his round.
Yeah, and this being loser starts, a slack round from Alex to start this leg, but even if he goes on to lose it, he's still going to start the next leg. So we'll see a couple of legs here where they're starting to get into it.
Give me a sense mentally, the change from round of 5 to best of 7. How does that affect these competitors today?
It should allow them to get a little more comfortable, honestly. With the best of 5, I mean, you can't afford to give away a leg. And now that it's best of 7, you can drop a couple and know that you still have time. Now the loser starts format still in play certainly makes it to where you don't want to get more than one leg down. But, yeah, you get to get a little more comfortable in the match.
So important portion of the leg here. Opportunity to set up with a couple of big shots, and Alex could with even a single 20.
And 180.
He fills it up for the 180. Big shot.
And the crowd loves it from the number 2 seed. That could change the whole first leg here with that.
Absolutely. He's back in the driver's seat.
It did, actually.
Now Magneto with some work to do.
Yeah, Randy not finding a big trouble. After the first 2 darts, really gave Spellman 6 darts from 121 here.
Will he need him? Gonna look to finish in 3. Oh, floats that second dart a bit.
So 58 to do, but knows he's coming back. No finish for Randy Fern. He's just looking for those big triples to put some pressure on there.
Well, we saw Alex Spellman even in a few wins in a couple of legs. He looked almost dejected as he finished out rounds, and we'll see how it plays out here. Needing 58. Double 20 will do it.
Yeah, the geometric center of that.
I think he was walking to the board before he even let it go.
That is the confidence of a Fuquay Arena product who's won 8 matchups in this tournament. 8-2 to get to this point.
So pressure on Randy now to win his leg. Both these players are just going to look to trade legs until they get to that final.
And Spellman, who defeated Randy yesterday, that was more of a seeding matchup to set up what is now 4 versus 2 in the final.
Yeah, and honestly, watching that match yesterday, all their end goal was to make the top 4, get here, play at the sports arena and on ESPN. And it almost felt like once Randy qualified, he had that adrenaline dump. He knew he was in, and he didn't really care so much about the seeding because tomorrow's a new day. He shows up, he does the job. So I kind of feel like there's a little bit of an asterisk on the yesterday win.
180 for Randy Magneto. How about that fist bump? A little energy from Randy.
Yeah, we've said it from the beginning. Randy's going to be our most excitable player out there. Gives the big wind-ups, the big pump.
And can Spellman match it?
Now we're rolling. Back-to-back 180s.
That's mano a mano right there.
Still advantage Randy.
Spellman took the opening leg. This is a best of 7 in this championship final.
Probably a look down at that 19. Oh, over to the 18. Just looking for an open bed. So we saw those 2 darts land on top of the 20. So that's when you'll see some of these players switch away to try to find an open number.
It's 4 straight triple 20s. A couple of misses there late, at least by Spellman standards.
So Spellman does the exact same thing that Randy did for him in the last. Gives him 6 darts from this 140. May only need 3.
Oh, wow. Double 10 to win it.
May only need 3.
Oh, that wasn't very close, fellas. What happened there?
Just on the outside of that wire. You'd have seen a big eruption if that goes in.
He's grinning all the way through, opening the door for Spellman.
Ooh, Spellman going to put the maximum amount of pressure on this 20.
It's like making your layups right here, putting this away. And on the first try, evens this matchup, 1 apiece. And now in a best of 7, it sort of comes back down to that best of 5 format, and the urgency becomes more of a factor.
Yeah, and now they should be settling in as well. I mean, they've already have a win under their belt today. They've got a win in this match so far with a leg on the board. And, I mean, we saw back-to-back 180s already. We're going to see a lot of fireworks from here to the finish.
Slack turn by his standard. Randy will look at that as an opening.
Loser goes first, so it does open the door to turn the tables right back on your opponent. Oh, wow. That's not the number he was looking for. Wanted that triple 20. Gets the triple 1 instead.
And we haven't directly talked about this, but sometimes you'll see this in darts matches where one player feeds off the other. You'll see back-to-back good shots, and sometimes you see back-to-back bad shots.
These two.
So here in round 3, can number 4 seed continue his nice start? How about that? Another triple 20.
Another 180. And Randy once again with a big come on.
But that's where his personality plays a factor, right? He feeds off the crowd. It helps him shoot better, consistent rounds.
Yeah, we talked about it in the Open. Randy doesn't get out quite as much. Not the traveled player that some of the other ones are. But if he's like this in league, I'd love to see the bar.
Already back in that treble 20.
Oh. Just missed his 180. But now after dropping the first leg, Fern's become a factor midway through this matchup.
Yeah, with Alex back at 210 to start this leg and Randy on 117. Randy in a good spot. But Alex going to put in a 140.
How does Randy put this away in three shots?
He's going to start on the 20, and that'll kind of determine. So from 57, we'll probably see a 17, and then up to that double 20.
Oh, and it clanks off the top.
He almost drew it up perfectly there, Gordon Dixon.
Yeah, just the converse to that, if he starts on the 20 and misses into the single, he's still got triple 19 to that double 20.
70,
triple 10 for double 20. Can he do one better than Randy? He
and
does.
That time, Spellman gets back on the board. So a 2-1 lead. 3 legs in. This is a best of 7 playing for $10,000. Not all fun and games on ESPN8 the Ocho. There's some competitive juices flowing today.
Well, it is for Alex. He's actually an engineer for a gaming software company. So this is right up his alley.
And while that was a big win, it was just a hole to throw. And we see Magneto start with a big 180. Trying to stamp his authority on his leg.
Letting this crowd know he's ready to play in this 4th leg. And then Spellman counters.
And you see, 2 perfect and still frustrated.
How much pressure is this when you watch your opponent get the ton 80 and you have to come right back and match it?
Going second with the opponent starting with a 180 makes it real tough. It's almost a lost leg, honestly.
Yeah, good find there in the 3rd dart for Randy. So Alex needs at least 2, if not 3 triples again to stay in touching distance in this leg.
There's 1. The machine hits 2. Can he get a 3rd? Just a bit high. That's a solid round, though, for Alex Spellman.
Yeah, 280 points scored for both of these players. Just a little bit of different way to get there.
Yeah, and you see at the bottom of the scoreboard screen there, they're averaging 46.67 points per dart. I'll tell you, from a standard standpoint, anything above 40 is world class.
How does Spellman play the math here? Okay, so 81.
Now both at single, triple finishes.
Spellman just took the lead a moment ago. Confirmed match him.
He needs to.
Should go right at this double 19.
Well, that's a good miss.
One more shot.
Had he come inside, he wouldn't have a finish.
Double 19 to even the matchup.
Oh.
Ooh.
And this is one of those moments we kept talking about. One of the moments.
A big miss or a big hit.
What was your word in the open? Consistency. It's playing a factor right here in this fourth leg. Double 12 to win it. Just in the top corner. Oh my gosh, Alex Spellman, that is fantastic.
He moves on the hill. 3-1 up.
Yeah, Randy leaves the door open, and Alex walks right through.
So Alex now only needs one more leg to close this out.
Best of 7. So to your boy's point, $10,000 on the line for the number 2 seed if he can close this out. Randy Magneto has other plans.
Well, he started the last leg with a 180 and wasn't able to pull it out.
You see the steely-eyed stare down of Alex Spellman.
To match. Oh, so close.
Yeah, it just keeps breathing down Randy's neck.
Just watching Picasso Michelangelo go to work, just encrypting that triple 20, trying to find the perfect shot. Well, Randy's not messing around here. Just shy of his triple 20.
Well, that's an opening.
Yeah, another 2 triple turn, and we'll be in the same spot that we were in the last leg. Oh, that might be the worst dart we've seen Alex throw.
By far.
So certainly understanding the brevity of the situation.
The construction foreman, Randy Magneto firm, with an opportunity to extend his lead.
Such an important second dart to rescue that shot. Does get to a finish. Alex going to need at least 2 big triples.
He's got that eye of the tiger look. Confident shooter, number 2 seed coming in.
Big 180. He throws his hands to the gods.
And that's the first bit of emotion we've seen from Spellman.
It really
today.
is.
I think I almost saw him smile.
A 157, not an easy finish. So Alex will get a look at 115 for the title and 10K.
Randy's not too far behind, though, with a 40. Great position to counter. So it comes down to this. Can Alex Spellman win his 9th matchup of this tournament to take home the 10K?
A couple of options here. Probably see the 19. Treble 20, double 18. Finds it for the title.
For the championship.
And there it is!
Your winner of the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout. Number 2 seed Alex Spellman. He takes home $10,000.
Very impressive by Alex. A 4-1 win. Never would have called that one-sided of a victory. Big shot there from Alex.
And 2 days in a row, Alex Spellman, the showman, consistently on the trebles, consistently finishing when he has the opportunity, walking through the door every time he was given the chance.
This is the 21st tournament title for Spellman since May of 21. This man's been on a mission in the last year, and he caps it off on national television. What a performance today with 2 big wins.
Yeah, we talked about it. COVID really did him a lot of favors. He was able to knuckle down, stay at home, and grind, and he came out of it a real winner, and he's only improved since then.
We're going to take the timeout, come back, and speak with Alex Spellman. He's a richer man and a winning man, taking down Randy Magneto Fern in the championship 4-1 as your winner of the Bull Shooter Invitation.
Arachnid has been the originator and innovator of soft-tip electronic darts and dartboards since 1975. We introduced leagues and tournaments to help channel the excitement, energy, and camaraderie of the sport. By 1986, bull shooter dartboards were a staple in thousands of bars and social venues worldwide. Bull shooter events have grown to include 16 global regionals, multiple European championships, and the world-renowned Bull Shooter World Finals in Chicago, Illinois. Today, we are humbled and very excited to add the Bull Shooter ESPN Invitational Shootout to that list. If you are interested in joining local leagues or tournaments in your area, visit bullshooter.com to learn more.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the rec center before it opened. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped him. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Welcome back to the DIFY show, the show where others do it for you. Today we're going to DIFY a broken sewer line.
The first step is to have HomeServe in place.
HomeServe will do it for you with home repair plans starting at just $7.99 a month.
The next step, we're going to roll these bocce balls towards that smaller ball.
Oh, good roll.
Did you feel that? That must have felt great.
And that's how you DIFY a broken sewer line. That's our show today.
Let HomeServe do it for you with plans starting at just $7.99 a month. Go to homeserve.com or call now.
Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can hit? I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. We're making it hot. We're making it hot.
Back to Benzema. 1-0 to Real Madrid. This is the biggest rivalry in Spanish football.
We have crowned a champion in Rock Hill, South Carolina for the Bull Shooter Invitational Shootout. We are excited and delighted to be joined by Alex Spellman and his wife Jessica, the big winner today with 2 big victories. Alex, first and foremost, what did it take to pull out 2 impressive wins and earn that $10,000 check?
I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. Maybe it was just being maybe a little more headstrong than the other guys, but these guys are more experienced than I am in this situation, so that wasn't it. I think it was just separating what was going on up here from what was going on down below, rely on the mechanics, and hope that it worked out.
And I think you just answered my question, but did you feel as dominant and as consistent as we thought you were over the last 2 days?
I don't feel like I was as sharp today as I was yesterday. Even though yesterday I was far more nervous, and I haven't been nervous in a long time, but this is a big deal for our sport, so it was more for that than for me.
No clue. You did a great job representing us, man.
Yeah, congrats, man. My question, honestly, is what's the spend? What are we buying?
Oh, what are we buying? Brazilian steakhouse, but my normal crew said they're buying me this time, so I'm keeping this to myself.
Wait, the wife's standing right there. Come on now.
No, I purposefully, I'm acknowledging her in a way.
Well, Alex and Jessica, enjoy that check back to Fuquay in North Carolina, and what an impressive victory today.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
So there's your champion. There's the big check as well, which is the important stuff here today. Fellas, what did we learn? I mean, a great day for the sport and a championship for Alex Spellman.
I think we learned that Alex Spellman's a bad man when it comes to the dartboard. Right.
Yeah, I hope everybody at home enjoyed the sport that we love, and will go out and enjoy it with us sometime.
Alex Spellman took over on Championship Friday, taking down the number 3 seed then the number 4 seed for the championship. Coming up next, we have the U.S. Quad Ball Invitational. But for us here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, we say thank you for joining us. Alex Spellman, your champion of the Bull Shooter Invitation.